Okay, so I'm gonna try and record this live and show you guys a little problem I've run into when I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, this is a game that promotes stealth. I'm just gonna restart it. Okay, so Horizon Zero Dawn has many mechanics in it that allow you to play the game very differently. One of the core mechanics, or at least what I've been led to believe, is the fact that stealth is a priority in the game. Considering the fact that if you go to the skill setting, you have 3 different ways you can go about upgrading yourself, which is combat, stealth, and hunting. I would say those are the 3 pillars of the game. I feel like that's a fair assessment. Now, my problem is when you're put in a game such as this, something that I've noticed is that, you know, there's moments where combat is forced upon you, and I screwed that up again. No, I didn't. So what I've been trying to do is try to go through this entire area in stealth, but I feel like I've just confirmed my fear, which is that this game has forced combat areas in it. So, in the beginning, you're led to believe that you can play this entire section in stealth, and in fact, killing a certain number of enemies, or maybe a specific enemy, will trigger combat, which I'll try to recreate for you in a bit. But basically, you can go about taking these guys in the front out stealthily. Like, you know, you won't be disturbed, you can take these guys out normally. And with my handy dandy upgrades and bow,
Haven't you got anything better to do?
I just noticed that that's liquid, actually, the green stuff. Anyway, you know, the bow and the slowdown make it a lot easier to stealth this area. But I think that after a certain point, and I think the certain point that I'm thinking of is when I kill the second corrupted Watcher. The game forces you into combat. Because I can go through this entire area and not be detected. But the moment that I kill that second corrupted Watcher, for some reason, I am detected, even though I am hidden in that patch of grass, which I believe is the only patch of grass that you can hide in this area. So I'm gonna try and see if I can recreate it, because like that's such a frustrating revelation to make. You know, like, if you're gonna have stealth in a game, have it be stealth. If I want to wipe out all the enemies, then let me play the game that way. You know? Like, don't force me into this combat setting because you want to employ some drama into the story, you know? And I'm sure that, as far as regular gameplay goes, you know, I don't think you're forced into combat. But moments like these are the ones where you want to be completely stealthy. And that's a problem that a lot of games run into, I feel. Especially big AAA budget games. The last example that I remember, which is really bad, was The Last of Us. There's a specific part in The Last of Us where it's a very pivotal moment in the narrative where Joel finally finds a way to trust Ellie, and that is by giving her a sniper rifle and asking her to cover him as he goes down and clears the area out of I forget what the bad guys in Last of Us are. They're just like looters, I guess. Anyway, so he hands her the gun, and the idea is you're supposed to stealth it, fuck up, and then she's gonna cover you with sniper fire, and then you're supposed to think, oh, Ellie's actually pretty useful, right? Well, that was my first initial reaction to that scene, or gameplay section rather. But what I've found is that it's the only way to play that gameplay sequence, because after a certain point, they'll just keep spawning and spawning enemies until you get caught. Because on my what is the difficulty mode in Last of Us? Crushing, I guess. crushing mode, they just keep spawning enemies. I thought maybe I could stealth this entire area. I thought, you know, what would happen? And sadly enough, it's a very uninspired fix to the gameplay, where instead of writing out the scene so that you can just stealth the entire area, they just lazily will just keep spawning enemies in areas where you are until you get caught, you know. And I think after these areas, I'm pretty sure after I killed this guy too. Oh. You can see that the yellow caution meter does not mean that
I can't see you.
does not mean I've been spotted. But Aloy makes a comment when you are spotted, so we can hide in here for a sec. I was like, what was that? Alright.
I need to get to that place fast.
I am hidden in this location. There's no way for them to see me, but for whatever reason I'm caught.
Where'd you go?
Let's see if I can just wait it
I
out.
need to set off that blaze before it's too late.
Nope. Alright. So I'm just gonna run through this, I guess. And there's that. Granted, that's horrifying, her mouth. Granted, I didn't run through it as I said I would, but I did die, and that's why I wanted to stealth this entire area. Some people are just more comfortable in certain playstyles, and I'm a lot more comfortable playing stealth, and the fact that this game just forces you into this combat situation without, like, if you're gonna have a stealth section, have a stealth section, but don't heavily ingrain it into your, into your system where you can upgrade and whatnot. But I just don't understand it, because like, all of these are just for like stalking, and this is for fighting, and this is for hunting, and I'm supposed to, maybe I need to upgrade my clothes. Is that it? Because apparently, like, some things make it harder for you to spot, but I don't think that really matters if I'm shooting someone with an arrow from far away, when, if I can shoot this guy from like this distance and not get spotted, so long as I aim it right, of course. There, see? No one saw me. He saw me, but he died. But the fact that I got that one guy out in one shot, and even though I was hidden way in that,
Got a body over here.
doesn't matter. The combat will trigger. And I didn't get it on video, but I got one worse. The Corrupted Watcher, the second one that eventually saw me when I was hiding in there. I was hiding over here. I somehow managed to lure him all the way over here. He was in caution state the entire time, but I managed to hide away in here for me to get a silent strike on him. And for whatever reason, that got me spotted. And so I hid here and waited until the caution meter went away. And it did not. Actually, they spotted me through this grass, or whatever this is supposed to be. And I don't know. I just thought that this game was a little bit different, but I guess it's not. It's just, it's the same as all of them, I guess. Anyway, that's the end of my, it's not a rant, I guess, but just more like an observation. Like, come on, dude. Like, if you're gonna add something to a game, don't force me to use the other mechanics. I don't care about fighting and whatnot. All I care about is the stealth mechanic. I'm not sure if Metal Gear Solid 5 did something like that. Ground Zeroes might have, I'm not sure. Actually, no, that's not true, because Ground Zeroes has a mode where if you replay the mission, you can know exactly how many enemies are left on the map. So you can, if you really want to, take out every single enemy in the map and just walk around, and the game allows you to do that. I just think it's really silly that, you would have this, and mind you, this area right before, this isn't very far into the story, but the area before this, I was in there, I was able to stealth everything, and the idea was we were supposed to sneak in here. And I guess at some point in the story, it necessitates that I get caught.
Anyone take a look at this
I don't know. I just don't understand it. But I'm just gonna try to enjoy the rest of the game, I guess. All right. Thanks for listening, I guess.